welcome to the Young Auditorium, located in the Greenville Center of the Arts Building on this beautiful campus at UW-Whitewater. We thank you for being here tonight. I know there's another event happening tonight, but we thank you that you're here with us. If you are just joining us, this is also the 38th Annual State Convention of the Wisconsin Concert Band Association. My name is Kristen Kirsch, and I'm the 612 Band Director at the Chequamegon School District, way up north in Park Falls. It takes about 5 hours to get here, and I'm very happy to be here. I'm honored to serve as the current president of the WCBA. Before these fine all-state ensembles are formally introduced, I would like to give all of you a few reminders. Please turn off all cell phones and electronic devices during the performances. If for some reason you must have them on, please have them on silent or vibrate. All performances this weekend will be recorded. Links will be sent to directors who can then send them out to students and parents. For convention attendees, there are convention evaluation. It's kind of a form with a QR code located at each corner. There's also one on the registration desk. So if you attended the convention and would like to fill out an evaluation form, scan that QR code and please do that. Also, if you are a convention attendee, we are having a little get together at, I believe is the name, afterwards. So I would love to see some of you there. Now, this convention does not take place without the sacrificial efforts of many, many dedicated music educators. There's a board of directors of the WCBA, and they do a ton of work behind the scenes. And they are just an awesome group of people. They're volunteers, they don't get paid for these jobs, and some of them require a lot of hours of time. So I would like all of the WCBA board members to stand up right now, and could you please give them a huge round of applause. And of course, this could not happen without having a gracious host and host school who will do this for us. And I want to give a humongous thanks to all the folks here at UW-Whitewater. Some of these students have been putting in a couple long days to work with us. And then, of course, we couldn't ask for someone better than our convention host, who is Dr. Glenn Hayes. So if he could come out, and if you guys could give him a huge round of applause. Dr. Glenn Hayes. No one understands the benefits of music education better than those who teach it. Music educators are passionate about music and love sharing their knowledge with others. Music teachers, we would like to take a moment to thank all of you for all that you do. Would anyone who is a music educator that's currently teaching, retired, or whatever, please stand up to be recognized right now. All music teachers. We also need to thank all of you who are responsible for raising these fine young people that are in this all-state junior band and an all-state high school band. Without you, none of this music that you're about to hear would happen. Parents, guardians, grandparents, thank you for supporting music in your schools and the efforts of your children. Now, more than ever, your voice supporting the music programs in your district is important. Please be active and let your local officials know just how essential these programs are to the development of our youth. With the families of all these performers and the high school, if your kids are going to be in this performance tonight, would you please stand up to be recognized right now? And last, but this is certainly not least, it's the students. Students on stage and our high school group that's in the audience, we do all of this for you. When I say we, I'm referring to all of the adults in this facility that are supporting you this evening. Your talent, work ethic, positive attitude, spirit of teamwork, and intelligence are refreshing and give us a whole lot of hope for the future. Thank you for your commitment to excellence, not only here on the stage, but also in the classroom and in your families and communities. Thank you for your commitment to the greater good. Please continue to make music an integral part of your lives. Could you please give all the kids a round of applause? High school, stand up. And now finally, I'll stop talking, and I would like to introduce board member Ms. Katie Promoda, who is the band director for the Toma School District and our all-state junior band coordinator.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the junior band portion of our finale concert. We have in this band 94 members from 40 different schools from the great state of Wisconsin, and they have spent about 5 hours rehearsing the music you're about to hear. They met at 10 o'clock this morning for the very first time. So before I introduce our conductor, I just want to give a few thank yous. Thank you to Dr. Glenn Easter at UW Whitewater for hosting us. Thank you to Mr. Sam Averill and Whitewater High School for hosting us this morning. Thank you to all the colleagues who stopped by to help with sectionals, meals, registration. Thank you to all of you music educators for nominating your very talented students. Thank you to the parents, families, and friends of all of these honored students. And thank you, students, for all of your hard work today. So, Mr. Jason Rigg, he has come to us all the way from South Dakota. Now, he's a Vikings fan. We can believe him for that. And we will fully admit that being a Vikings fan is like getting on that Titanic every single year, knowing it's going to sink. Still hanging on. So, in between pieces, if you want to just like look up the score of the game and rub it in a little bit, go for it. So, Mr. Rigg has been so much fun to watch today, and I hope your student has had an amazing time. I know I have had so much fun watching him. So I wanted to share with you some of the knowledge that he has shared with us today. These are direct quotes. I don't think I've ever said these words before in this order. It could be a little bit louder, snare drums. Have you ever seen a dumpster fire? If syncopation were to smell, this thing would reek of whatever that smell is. Have you ever heard a band falling down a mountainside? Me either. But if you would have ever heard one, this would have been it. Oh, they get better. I'm old and going to die soon, but this is fun. Both the hairs on the top of my head should be parted when we're done. Goose pimples are not for everyone. And last but not least, if they, meaning you, the audience, doesn't stand up after your performance, they're dead inside. It was so much fun, and I can't wait for you to hear the program he's put together. So without further ado, here's Mr. Jason Rigg.
Hi, my name is Rachel Gospel, and I'm from Toma Middle School. My band director is the short, wannabe good at Fortnite, Michelle Nickel. Our next piece is Skygazer Fanfare by Randall Standridge. One thing I like about this piece is that it's upbeat. We hope you enjoy our first piece.
Hello, my name is Brady Schwab, and I attend John Muir Middle School. My band director is mom. Her name is Miss Bishop. Shout out to her. Our next piece is Celtic Air and Dance #2 by Michael Speed. One thing I like about this piece is the story the song displays. We hope you enjoy this next piece. Good evening. My name is Madeline Smith, and I'm from the Kissimmee Middle School. My band director is the amazing Mr. Smith. Our next piece is titled Awake the Iron by Scott Watson. One thing I like about this piece is how the different parts of the music represent different parts of the history behind the song. We hope you enjoy our next piece. And as our lovely band director would say it, let's rage.
I can't let that go, right? As great as that is, I gotta add just a little bit more. This is called Awake the Iron. Turns out in medieval Spanish times, there were Spanish soldiers called almogavars. I'm sure I'm mispronouncing that, but they're dead and I don't care. It's our turn now. Anyway, when they would get ready for battle, these medieval Spanish humans would yell, "Desperta, perro," which of course is Spanish for awake the iron. Y'all, they would take their swords and they would bang them against the rocks to awake the iron. I can't imagine how terrified their enemies must have been if these guys are chanting "Desperta" and knocking freaking swords on rocks with sparks flying. Can you even imagine? These guys must have been undefeated. This piece kind of tries to capture that absolute terror of facing these humans in battle. I'm glad they're gone, and it's our turn now, because I don't think it would have ended very well for us. Right? Please enjoy Scott Watson's Awake the Iron.
Was that amazing? That was awesome. Congratulations, Mr. Rigg and his band. Another round of applause. That was fantastic. Before they play the last number, I'd like to invite up Lisa Zemlock, who is our awards chairperson, to pass out some awards.
I'd like to second what she just said. What an exciting band to play with such great spirit and energy. Thank you so much. As a longtime middle school band director, I love the youngsters really so excited and working, doing their very best. I'd like to ask Jason Rigg to come forward, please. We have some things for him. We have a plaque in recognition for conducting the 31st Annual Wisconsin Concert Band Association All-Star Junior Band. And we'd like to give this to you so you can display it proudly in your office at school. And then it gives me great pride to present to Jason the Wisconsin Concert Band Association Citation of Excellence. And this is for this is presented at our 38th annual WCBA convention. Congratulations.
Where'd you go, Connie? Adam's in the house, are you kidding me? Thank you, man. Adam knows the thing. Sorry, the whole tiptoe thing, anyone who's taken a picture with me in the last probably 30-some years knows that I stand on my tiptoes because I'm only 6'5". It has to do with when I was a freshman in high school and my brother was graduating at the time. And he had a bet with me that he was going to be taller, and he lost. And so every time, and now it's just a thing, whenever family gets together and all the stuff, I'm always awkwardly on my tippy toes. I apologize to no one. It's just, it's what you get for being shorter than me. It's just, it is what it is. Let's do, wait, I should do my things, and then we'll let her do her things. Okay. I could go on for, I won't, but I could go on for a long time about how grateful I am to be here, and about how wonderful these students are. We met this morning around 10 o'clock, and I promise you, they have done everything that I had asked them to do and more. They have worked so hard for me today. It has been a day that I will probably never forget. I had young memories of Wisconsin when I was, little wee lad, much shorter than I am today. My grandparents lived in Boston, Wisconsin, and ran a jewelry store in Boston in the early 1980s. So we came out, I lived in North Dakota at the time. North Dakota, for real. Yes, and we took the Amtrak train from Rugby, North Dakota out to Boston. And spent I was probably 6 at the time, so it seemed like a summer, maybe it was 5 days, I have no idea. But we did the Wisconsin Dells, which was a blast even back then. And there was a sign when I was driving out here for Baraboo. We went to the circus thing, and I was like, that is tickling my mind grapes. I haven't thought about Baraboo, Wisconsin in at least 40 years. So what a treat to be back, kind of, in the homeland. There are so many people to thank. One of them, maybe the most important one. Please help me thank Katie Mahota for all of her work putting this together. She and I have been emailing back and forth for the better part of 2 or 3 years now, because this was planned kind of before COVID, everything went south. And here we are, but it's just taken a lot of, she is so good at planning and details and stuff. If you know her at all, she's a genius, is what she is. And I'm so glad that she was here helping me figure out what to do, where to go, and all this stuff. I want to echo all the thanks by the people who have come before me, all of the section coaches, all of the teachers who are here, the parents, the students themselves. None of this happens without everybody in the room contributing at some point. It's easy for me to stand up here and take all the glory, but the glory does not belong to me, it belongs to everyone in the room. It is true that kids make great art, isn't it? Yeah, did you agree with that? It is also true, and maybe more important, that art makes great kids. Amen? Yeah. I'm a product of arts education. My parents were band directors, and I got to tell the kids briefly, music was in my head, but I had an experience not unlike this. It was a summer band camp, and I took a lesson with a French horn player that absolutely changed the trajectory of my entire life. And so when I left that camp, music was not just in my head, it was in my heart. But everything about me changed from that day forward, and it is my mission anymore, as long as I have breath, to make sure that these kind of events exist for kids, because they can change the world. It's going to be in their hands before you know it, right? So we owe it to them to make sure that they have great experiences and know the power of arts. Keep fighting for them, even when it gets tough. Don't give up, because everyone in this group knows how important the arts are. They make a difference. And I'm not just talking pain, I'm talking what's required. Visual arts, sculpture, drama, all of the things are so incredibly important to the development of our young people. I cannot overstate that. That said, we're going to have the last announcer come up and do the thing. And I can't wait to share it with you. It has been a long day, but kind of a short. It's weird that we're at the apex of it already. It's almost time to be done. I am so proud. I hope you can hear it and know. I started with a full tank of voice today, and it's kind of because I used it all on them and I have no regrets. So proud of the work that we've done and the fun that we've had. Turns out band doesn't have to be a drag all the time. You can enjoy getting better and learning. And hey, that's a cool thing. Who's the last person to do the thing? There she is. She's going to come up and talk, and then we're going to do a thing, and then I'll stop talking. Is that cool? Great. Here she comes.
Hi, my name is Cassie Fisher, and I am from Burnwood Middle School. My band director is the marvelous Miss Monta. Our next piece is Everybody Loves the March by James E. Floyard. One thing I like about this piece is how the composer pulled 3 trios from Sousa's marches and how they're all so different. Please enjoy our last piece.
right, well, I'm excited for the second half of our concert to begin. And before we formally introduce this group, I would like to invite Ryan Waltart out to talk a little bit about a commission project that we have happening next year, or actually over the course of this year.
Good evening and welcome. It's great to have you here this evening to celebrate these wonderful young students on the stage. As Kristen mentioned, my name is Ryan Walhart. I'm the band director at West Salem Middle School. I'm very proud to be serving on the WCBA Board of Directors as past president, membership coordinator, and commission project coordinator. The Wisconsin Concert Band Association seeks to further instrumental music education through commissioning band works, original band works, by notable composers, which are premiered by the WCBA Honors Bands during our annual conferences. Following the success of our 2019 commission project with composer Robert Sheldon, we are currently working with educator, conductor, composer, and Whitewater native Erica Spano to add another excellent new work to the wind band repertoire. Tentatively entitled Bolero Robot, put together. The piece will be based on the themes of Ravel's famous work, Bolero. Difficulty level is expected to be at a grade 4 or 4+, and the premiere of this piece is planned for 1 year from now at the 2025 WCBA convention, performed by our very own intercollegiate band right on the stage. For our high school and college members, the fee to come join the commission consortium is $250. Included in the fee is a copy of the pre-published score in parts, the name of your school or business listed right in the score, and the name of your school or business listed in the program at next year's convention. You will also have performance rights during a period of exclusivity following the premiere. While our focus will be on securing support for university and high school music programs and boosters, please understand that projects of this magnitude are costly, so donations are accepted and deeply appreciated no matter what the amount. So if you are able to join at the $250 level, we hope you will consider donating a smaller amount. Band directors, you will be receiving an email with further details about this exciting project. You can also visit our website at wisconsincba.org, where there is a location to make a donation. I would like to thank all of you for your support of this project, for our students, and for music education in our state. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Monty Dunn. It's been my honor to serve as the coordinator for the All-State Band for the past several years. I'd like to begin just by sharing a few thank yous with you. You've heard some of these before, but I think they bear repetition. Glenn Hayes and all the people here at UW Whitewater for all their work, making this an effective and valuable site for us. The food service and custodial people. Some good friends, Matt Nevers at Mineral Point and Corey Allen at Westby High School, who volunteered to purchase music so that these students could have these tunes. Greg Smith of Kickapoo Schools for assisting with percussion. Corey from Westby and Kyler Kenyon of River Ridge for helping at the hotel last night with room checks and supervision. Ben Henninger for picking up additional food items. Katie Prohoda, All-State Tuning Band Coordinator, for being so wonderful to work with. The 38 band directors who are members of the Wisconsin Concert Band Association that were willing to make sure their students applied for and were prepared for this all-state band experience. Also, obviously, the parents of these students for all of your extra sacrifices, both for this event and for their general music and personal development over the course of their lives. I can't tell you how wonderful it's been to experience these 92 students sitting behind me. They've been gracious. They asked me to take a picture with them, for some of them, for goodness sakes, what kind of coordinator is that? Well, we like you. Okay, thanks. Maybe you all don't, but at least some do. That's a good thing, you know. But they worked really, really hard. They paid good attention and they developed quite nicely over the past 2 days, which included about 10 hours of rehearsal. Finally, I'd like to thank my good friend, Colonel Lowell Graham, for taking time out of his busy schedule to do this for us. Please read his bio in your program. I'm not going to repeat that, the material in there. I would draw specific attention to the first few words. All of us are proud, I hope, of where we're from. And everything that Colonel Graham has accomplished, and his bio always begins with a native of Greeley, Colorado. Okay, he's proud of where he's from. He takes the values that he grew up with him into everything he does. Now, he showed up yesterday, or he actually showed up Thursday. When he showed up with the kids yesterday, those of you that have a band background in the audience will probably appreciate this. Let me preface this. Every one of us is better when we are challenged to go well beyond our comfort level. Agree? Okay. So when Colonel Graham shows up, and after tuning the band a little bit, he immediately says, okay, let's warm up with a scale or two. Let's go B major. Boom. And if you're a band person, you're like, what? B major? That's like the most difficult scale on the planet. And the kids adjusted. And they said, okay, I'll take it easy on you. Let's go E major. Well, that's about the second most difficult major scale to play. And then he took it easy on and backed off to the key of C, which if you're a band person is still challenging, and they played really, really well. And all day yesterday, he continued to challenge them and just demand more and more, and they never went away. Not physically, and they wouldn't do that. But mentally, they were right with him the whole time. You know, so if you ever walked into an event and when you maybe weren't your biggest college final ever, you didn't have all of the information memorized, which meant you weren't probably perfectly prepared. Some of them weren't perfectly prepared, they'll admit it. But they did not stop trying from the minute they started. So congratulations to them. They're giving you everything they've got tonight, and you're going to enjoy this concert very much. How about a hand for the people on stage behind me? Please read your bio. Colonel Graham has conducted groups all over the country, all over the world. If there were a greatest of all time in band director history, he would at least be on Mount Rushmore. Okay, and I'm not kidding. And our students here in Wisconsin get to work with him. Person comes in with expectations, knowing what the best can do, and he holds them to that level. It's an honor that he's back here with us in Wisconsin. Even more of an honor for many of us to call him a friend. But before he comes out, we'll bring our concert master out to tune the band, and then you'll meet the program. Thanks for being here.
Hello, Wisconsin. It's cold here. Let me tell you, a boy from Texas right now, this is cold. But I can't tell you how pleased I am to return to this state and to make music with these students and to see friends in this audience. It means the world to me. And go Packers, how about that? Tonight we're going to go on a little journey with you. This is a celebration of music. It's a celebration to show you achievement that is really beyond measure. We're going to start first with the music of Clifton Williams, Jimmy Clifton Williams. He wrote this thing just called Festival. Well, what is this? This is a festival. And in this music, you're going to hear rhythmic pulses. You're going to hear all of the woodwinds, all of the brass, the percussion. They're going to have fun. And you must put a smile on your face because this is a festival. I want you to think about that. A festival. The festivities of achievement, the festivities of friendship, and the festivities of life. Let's begin. Festival. Thank you. The next piece, They Hung the Hearts in the Willows, is a very special piece to me. Written by a dear friend, Francis Macbeth, for his friend and a friend of mine, Bob T. Smith, the composer. And in this particular piece of music, you're going to hear the angst, the anguish of losing a dear friend. The passion, the sense of loss throughout this. And you're going to hear this with just this sound that will come from the ensemble, just this sigh and anger that will come out. Then you're going to hear repose and the acknowledgement that this was a life well lived. Then you're going to find at the very end this statement of thanks, it's over, and I value you as my friend. Now, I happened to be doing this particular work a few years ago, and it was right in rehearsal of this work when I learned that Francis, the composer, had died. This was really a shock to me, because he meant so much to so many of us in the music world. His sense of humor, his sly smile, the way he would carry himself. So this is a little different approach right now. This is personal, and this is very poetic. This is They Hung the Harps in the Willows. Now, what would a band constantly be without a march? Nothing. Well, I love marches. My mom loved marches. My dad loved marches. My aunts loved marches. Every time I do a march, I can see smiles on faces and the feet kind of do this. Why? Because there's two elements that I want you to remember in a march. Two. One, rhythm. Left, right, left, right. Don't have that, you don't march. Two, melody. You can't sing it, something's wrong. Now, this is called battle royal. This thing moves. You're going to see a whole lot of valve motion, a whole lot of finger action going on here. And we just have a great time with this. It's one of the great marches. So sit back, kind of enjoy, strap in, make sure the seatbelts are on. It's going to be good. Make sure your airbags are ready to go because we're going to have fun with this. Let's have fun. Here we go, battle royal. That's like that a penny for every note there, huh? That's a bunch of notes, a whole lot of fun. Battle Royal, one of my favorite marches, just good times. Well, now we're going to go on a journey through Orion. Julie Drew is a very dear friend of mine. And when you get to kind of be my age, you kind of know a lot of people. And so Julie has been kind enough to befriend me and write new pieces for me. This one she did not write for me, but I love it, so I. And she thinks often about the Orion Nebula, 1,500 light years away. And she thinks about that in her journey through it, in her dreams and in her thoughts, and how she would like to portray that in music. So that's what this is all about. This is just her journey through Orion and the nebulae out there. So enjoy this. It's great fun. It is expansive, it is imaginative, and it is just glorious. This is Journey Through Orion by Julie Drew.
Thank you, Dr. Graham, so much. What a wonderful. What a fabulous performance so far. Give them another round of applause. Wow. That was a cool piece. Before they play their last number, I want to once again invite Lisa Zemlock, our awards chairperson, to come up and present a few awards.
You know, I was thinking, we really indeed are lucky to have Colonel Graham here tonight. I was thinking about the fact that he and I shared a teacher. His high school band director was one of my college professors. And even before I went to college, Professor had invited Colonel Graham to his summer camp conductor at University of Wisconsin-Oshkosh. And here I was, this little sophomore, 48 years ago. He was a lieutenant back then.
Careful, careful.
And I was so lucky to have the opportunity that these students have had this weekend. So I'm so pleased to be able to present some awards to him from our organization. First of all, we have a plaque so he can decorate more walls in his offices. He's probably got several loaded with his accomplishments, but we take great pleasure in giving him this remembrance of the performance tonight. And then the Board of Directors of the Wisconsin Concert Band Association would like to present him our highest honor, which is our Citation Excellence, for conducting at our 38th annual convention. Congratulations, it's so wonderful to have you here.
And on behalf of the Wisconsin All-State Band, I want to give you a very Wisconsin gift.
This is the joy of music. It's the joy of friendship. It's the joy of passion. I was thrilled. I didn't know Lisa was going to do that. We have kept in touch generally after all of those years. And I thank you. You are such a kind soul. Thank you so much for putting cheer in my life and making this a very special night. Thank you, Lisa. I really appreciate that. And to the band. Yes. Thank you so much. Gosh, I don't want to quit. This is kind of fun up here. Well, we are going to conclude, but before we do, I've got to take the bullet pulpit because I can. I want to talk about music education. And I want to talk about what you have seen this evening. Because education is in a really difficult time. You know that. It has been a challenge for funding and for support.
It's just been difficult. So when anyone asks you this question, why band or why music? I want to give you 5 things that have nothing to do with the aesthetic. Nothing. Here we go. I'm going to compare this to the profession in my life, or previous life, to a fighter pilot. You're going to say, what does band have to do with a fighter pilot? Well, here you go. And you can apply this to science. You can apply this to education. You can apply this to law. You can apply it to anything. But what these students have done is represent all of these issues that I'm going to go through tonight. And you haven't thought about it. You thought about, my gosh, what a great night this was. But not only for the great teaching that went on to give them these skills, these are the skills that go unspoken. Number 1, each one of these members in band have to be responsible for themselves, just like a fighter pilot is responsible for their plane. 1. Each of these band members is responsible to others as a team in their section and in the ensemble. A fighter pilot has a whole ground crew, avionics, weapon systems, you name it. It's a team. 3, multitasking. If you can't read music and someone shows you some music, it just looks like Klingon. It's lines, dots, dashes, open notice, closed notice, let alone foreign language that's involved in that. And that's just to understand it. We're not talking about doing it, we're talking about understanding it. And so they have to multitask. A fighter pilot sitting in the cockpit has all kinds of drop-down menus and you name it to accommodate that weapon system. 4, look ahead. Each one of these musicians looks ahead to find out what's coming, what's the problem, how can I solve it. Fighter pilot has to look over the horizon. They just don't fly instruments, they look over the horizon to engage. It's the name of the game. And lastly, but the most important one, this is the key. This is the holy grail of this. Real-time problem solving. You are witnessing the performing arts. You're not witnessing the let me think about arts. Let me write you a paper about arts. Let's kumbaya about arts. These are the performing arts. That means we do it now. Now. Fighter pilots, when they have to engage, they can't say, oh, let me see, what was that track in? That's forehand, I got it. None of that. They solve the problem in real time, and they have to make it work. That's the joy of performance. It's also kind of the scary part, too, because you never know what's coming. You never know. It's the joy. So when someone asks you why music and why should it be important to be involved, think of those things, share them. Because we do this in a classroom every day. Corporations pay billions, and that's with a B, that's 13 zeros. 13 zeros. That's a lot of money. Maybe not for a national debt, but I think that's a lot of money. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you for allowing me to get on my bully pulpit and talk about this thing that I love so much, music, the passion for what we do, and to celebrate what these fine students have done. It has been such an honor for me to be here, to get engaged, and to do that which is important for us. Because what's life worth living if you have nothing to show for it? And this is for the soul. For the soul. So we're going to dance our way out of this concert. We're going to have fun. This is satiric dances by Norman Delajoy. And this has a little bit of laughter in it, a little bit of to it. It's going to be a lot of fun. And it's just packed with challenge. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here. Go Packers. And we're going to have a great time to conclude this concert. Thank you very much.
Thank you.